So if we look at the way how prophetology develops in the Quran, it seems so that it was very much interconnected with Christian discourses. It seems so that there are Christological debates and ways of pointing to Christ in Christianity, which shape in some sense the Quranic debates. So the Quran is reacting to Syriac Christianity, especially to discourses within Syriac Christianity, to the Memre, for example, preachings of Syriac church fathers. And if we disclose this through looking at historical sources of that time and see how the Quranic prophetology is linked to Christology, we can use this to reframe the discussion between prophetology and Christology today. So the basic idea is that the Quran develops its arguments facing certain ideas of Christianity of the 7th century. And the Quran gives very good arguments facing those ideas of that time. But Christology changed. Modern Christology is very much different from the Christology of that time. And so today we have to take a fresh look on prophetology. It has to react to those new developments of Christology. And we do not know what the outcome is. It's possible that this will change the prophetology of a Muslim today if he looks at Christology today. And vice versa, it's possible that Christology changes because of the impact of Islam. This was obviously the case in history. Christology historically also developed because of certain impacts and insights coming from the Muslim world. And so it's kind of clear that both religions have impacts on each other. And it's interesting to use this not to elaborate apologetic theory, but to see how both religions can learn from each other. So one example how Quranic prophetology can be shaped by modern Christology or could change because of developments of modern Christology is that the classical prophetology is very much concerned on the divinity of Christ. It always argues that Christians only see the divinity of Christ and not so much his humanity. But if we look at modern Christology, also modern Christian theologians are so much concerned with the question how they can define the humanity of Christ. They really try to define and to guard and to protect the humanity of Christ. So if we look as Karana, for example, understands Christ as the peak of humanity, this can be a key to get a better understanding this can be a key to understand Christology in a way that it is not so clear how a Muslim will react. Because the Quran always emphasizes this humanity. And the question is then, would a Muslim today with such a reframed Christology react in another way than it is shown in the Christological debates in the Quran?